Alright, it's been probably about 3 weeks since the last video was uploaded. Um, we talked about being a superhero and walking through your town and patrolling the streets, hoping the police prevent crime. So we're going to go a little bit further. So, first and foremost, all the information obtained by this video, I am not liable for how it's used, and cannot be held responsible for anything that people use based on the information I've been giving them in these videos. So, with that said, the basic thing of a superhero is protecting the weak, defending the helpless, providing care and security for people around them, defending everybody. Whether they're good guys or bad guys, you have to take responsibility for what you do. So, in that aspect, we mentioned briefly in that video how to build your costume. In this video, in the description, I'm going to post a bunch of websites where you can obtain the materials and things for your superhero costumes. For the most part, these should be used for cosplay, maybe Halloween, but not for actual going out and fighting crime. But if that's what you want to do, there will be information on exactly how to do that and where to obtain everything you need to do that. Just remember, there are no real life superheroes like Batman or Superman because you can get killed. It is very dangerous and very difficult to anticipate everything that could and might happen every given second of what you're doing when you're out patrolling. So, let's go back to the costume. Alright? We have many different types, but the one thing that is crucial to being a superhero is hiding your identity. So, I have here several different designs for costumes. These are Jedi costumes. You can also use them for like a Green Arrow or Black Arrow type costume because it's hooded, it covers your face. A small mask couldn't hurt. It's based on Ninja Tobai for the boots. Put your big toe on one spot and your other toes cramped together on the other side. This one is regular boots. Having your costume cover your identity is crucial. One of the other things that stands out in most superhero costumes is the utility belt. The most famous utility belt is the Batman utility belt. Batman's utility belt has many different pockets that you can hide things in, various sizes. It's mainly set because he's a detective, so he's got his crime-fighting gear in there. He's got his self-defense gear, his grapple gun, various other tools of the trade, including a lock-picking kit and things like that. Depending on the Batman utility belt you're looking between 12 and 16 packets to hide your stuff in. So you can go online, search Batman utility belt, and you can find various websites that sell these belts. The quality of the belts I'm not too sure on because a lot of this stuff comes from Japan. The website Etsy, Alibaba, that stuff is all made in Japan, sold in Japan, it's come from Hong Kong. So the quality is questionable unless you do it yourself. Then if something goes wrong, you know exactly what went wrong and how to fix it. So, as far as the utility belt goes, anybody who was born in the 80s and 70s will know the 1992 Batman animated series Batman look. That's what this is. Utility belt. You can see 2 on the front plus the belt buckle. Looking from the side view, you still see 2. However, at the back, you can see 3. Behind his arm is 1 more. So there's actually 1 here by the elbow, then the 3 on the back, another one on the other side in line with the elbow. So you technically have 3 on the front to the side, and then between 4 and 7, well, 3 and 4 on the back. Having one in the middle of your lower back could get uncomfortable depending on what you have in there. I would reserve that for a grapple gun, if that's how you're going to go. The costume for Batman has always remained the same. It has been a bat cowl, the cape, the gauntlets with the little spikes to fight against swords and other weapons. He also uses them to climb. They're like ice picks. The boots and the underwear on the outside of the costume has always been the same in the comic books. More recently with Batman Begins and Batman vs. Superman and those movies, the underwear has disappeared and they've gone to a full body suit. So let's break down the armor, okay? You have your basic armor, your belt, the gauntlets with the spikes, the boots, the helmet, the mask. This armor is made up from the Batman Begins armor. It's layered. You can buy motorcycle armor, which is just really heavily padded leather in this shape. It costs about $400 just for the jacket. If you buy the pants, it's like $800 altogether. I would go that route, and then you could just mount your ceramic ballistic plating over the chest, abs, down the sides, make it so you can move, so kind of layer it on top of each other, so it bends and moves with you, but it protects all your vital organs. Put it on your shoulder blades, your upper back, your lower back, along your spine, like so, protecting your spine. This also adds not only protection against weapons, but falls. If you fall and your spine isn't protected by a lot of padding or even an armor followed by padding, you could break your back. And then somebody's going to know what you've been doing. As far as communications go, you can buy little walkie-talkies, pull them apart. Depending on how your mask looks, you can hide them in the, like Batman's mask, you can hide the antenna up in the earpiece and have this set down in here. This piece would actually come down closer to his mouth, just so he could be heard when he's talking. To do this, you do need money. It was estimated by I think it was a Harvard professor of psychology, that in order to become Batman, you would need $284 billion a year. That's just upkeep on the armor, your vehicles, and your gadgets. To get started, you'd need about $1 billion just for the prototype armor and vehicles and gadgets. Now, going from $1 billion to start up as a superhero for Batman to $200 billion a year just for upkeep, that's a lot of money. So, quality over quantity has always been a really good thing. But when you're a superhero, quality over quantity isn't very good. Quantity over quality is better. The more you can do for cheaper, the better off you are. When it comes to the armor, you're going to want to spend as much as you can on that, because that's what really is going to save your life. As far as vehicles go, you can build your own cars. You can go to Superlite Cars, that's SUPERLITE CARS.com, and you can pick up a kit car for around $1,500, I think it was, for the cheapest one. and upwards of $50,000 for the more expensive models. You build these at home. Everything comes to you ready to go. You just put it together. You paint it, you put the leather interior together, you put the insides together, whatever you want to add into the cockpit, or where you sit and drive from, you can add that in. The more expensive model, you actually go to a GM manufacturing plant in Detroit and put the motor together yourself. That's not a bad thing. Motorcycles you can do for 15,000 for a really good bike. That's a 1500cc motorcycle. That's your top of the line Harley Davidsons, Hondas, BMW. You can research this stuff. You can find really cheap ways to build your own vehicles, or go to a scrapyard, buy a car, take it home, strip it down to just the frame, and build it yourself the way you want. Jet engines, you can find blueprints for everything online. You can find blueprints on how to build a car, instructions on how to do all this stuff, and you can do it all yourself. It's cheaper you do it by yourself, and you can keep it relatively quiet. But that's going to be it for this video. We're not going to go into a whole lot of detail because I'm going to post those links in the description. It will take a while because I'm using my phone, so it's going to flip-flop back and forth. But if you want to learn more about this, or want me to talk more in depth about this, subscribe, get your friends and family to subscribe, leave comments, questions. You can contact me through Facebook. It's Vlad Scythe. It's SCYTHE on Facebook. It's James Scythe on Twitter. You could just contact me through Facebook, Twitter, here on YouTube. Leave questions, comments. If you have concerns about what I'm talking about, let me know. I'll address it. But just keep in mind, if you're going to actually dress up in a superhero costume, Psychology 101 states for every action you do, somebody else is going to reciprocate. So think it through. Don't just jump in, go balls to the walls, and cause more problem than good. Research your local city and state laws for citizens' arrests, because as a superhero, if you're patrolling the streets, you are a citizen no matter what. So if you apprehend somebody, learn how to do it properly. We're going to call this video quits now. Have a good time. Be safe.